All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, it's still very early in the 2020-2021 NBA season, but for the first time in a long time, the New York Knicks are showing signs of life. The Knicks are 5-3, and they are off to their best start in years as they are looking to have an impact in the Eastern Conference. A ton of credit for this fast start by the Knicks definitely has to go to first-year head coach Tom Thibodeau. Thibodeau has lit a fire under this team. They're scrapping, they're competing, and more importantly, they are winning. And for the first time in a long time, this is something that we have seen out of this Knicks club because it has become a problem, a stark problem for this Knicks franchise where, you know what, after the opening night, you look at the Knicks and you say, well, it's going to be another one of those years. And by the time that the regular season ends, the Knicks are lucky if they win 20 to 25 games. This time around, this Knicks club, they have a different feel to them, and it's all about Thibodeau. I mean, Thibodeau has had his way around the NBA as a head coach. He had his most success as a head coach with the Chicago Bulls. He got them to the Eastern Conference Finals once. We saw him with the Minnesota Timberwolves as head coach as well as president of basketball operations, and it simply did not work out. Now, before becoming a head coach with the Bulls, Thibodeau was a longtime assistant with the New York Knicks, so he understands about the inner workings of this organization, and he knows how to get it done. And now, you know, he's bringing his old school approach to the new school. But more importantly, this is a Knicks team that I know that he's only been there 1 year, so a lot of the talent on this team, they're holdovers from a different regime. However, with that said, it's still his type of team because you have a lot of guys that are scrappy. You have some guys that are going to be recognized as role players. But, you know, the what makes a great coach or what makes a good coach is somebody who can get the most out of his players and then some. And this is what we're seeing out of the Knicks so far. Thibodeau is getting the most out of his players and then some. We've seen the emergence of Julius Randle this year, and I know that plenty of Knicks fans were not thrilled to see the Knicks pick up Julius Randle in the first place. Plenty of Knicks fans were not thrilled with what they saw from Julius Randle during the beginning of his tenure in the blue and orange. But so far this year, we've seen a different Julius Randle, more of an offensive threat, and it is really helping this club. And I want to say this about Julius Randle, and it applies to plenty of players. We see over and over again where a guy is drafted early in the NBA draft, and then whatever team that he goes to, he is expected to have an immediate impact. It does not work for everybody like that right away. Of course, Julius Randle was not drafted by the Knicks. He was drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers once upon a time, but it's taken him some time to develop. And of course, you know, he did spend some time with the New Orleans Pelicans as well, but sometimes you just have to find the right fit. And I think finally Julius Randle is in a system that helps him. Also, it has helped that he has improved his offensive game. And now this is why we're seeing him put up the numbers that he is putting up. RJ Barrett is in his second year with the Knicks. He has taken his game to another level. Obi Toppin, the rookie out of Dayton, the Knicks are expecting special things for him, and I think he is a guy who can flourish in Thibodeau's system. Why? Because Thibodeau was part of the draft process that brought him into New York. We've seen the Knicks upset the Utah Jazz at home. We've seen the Knicks go out there and upset the Milwaukee Bucks at home. And right now, you know, this team, they're believing in themselves. And when you as an athlete believe in yourself, you know, that's a big part of the battle right there. I'm not saying that the Knicks are going to be a playoff team during this season. Coming from where the Knicks have been in recent years, if the Knicks found their way to finish 10th in the Eastern Conference this year, I think that would be a huge step in the right direction. However, with that said, I would not put it out of the realm of possibilities that when the postseason comes around, whether, you know, we're going to have another playoff bubble like we did last season, or we're just going to go directly to the 8 teams from each respective conference, I think the Knicks have a great chance to be in that mix right now because you're looking at it right now. They're competing. They're playing hard, which is a testament to the coaching. And when you play hard and when you believe in what you do, it's going to put you in a position to win. So the Knicks right now, they're winning games. They have an opportunity to win some more games coming up. The next contest is against the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are expected to be one of the bottom feeders this year in the NBA. And this is what the Knicks need to do. They need to go out there and take care of the teams that they're supposed to take care of. And let's not forget, the Knicks lost their first 2 games of the season, so they've really won 5 out of their last 6. They bought in to what Thibodeau was selling. And, good things could be on the horizon for this team. This is his type of team, a team full of role players, guys that are going to scrap and do whatever it takes to win. And whenever you have guys like that are in the fight, it makes it a little bit tougher to get your message across. And for the Knicks fan base, I know that they cannot attend games right now at MSG, but, the Knicks fan base, you can say whatever you want about them, but they are a very passionate group. They love their team. They bleed blue and orange. And, New York City is a basketball, or it is not a basketball, it is the basketball mecca. So it's a situation where, for the longest time, the fans of New York City that follow the Knicks want to see a team that competes, want to see a hard-nosed team, because that is what they are accustomed to in their town. So I think this is a great start for the Knicks this season. Tom Thibodeau has given this team life, and through 8 games, the Knicks are looking like a potential playoff team. Hopefully, for their sake and for the sake of their fan base, they can keep it up for the remainder of this NBA season. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast. If you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. And at the same time, I want to thank all of you out there who have already subscribed to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin. Take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.